This is my 1,000 subscriber Q&A. Let's get right into it. A lot of the questions that I got were relationship or girl related, so let's just knock these out the way. Do you have a girlfriend? No. Single as a Pringle, baby. Worst and best experience on a date with a girl? I would say the weirdest experiences always came from girls that I would meet off Hinge. I don't be on Hinge no more. This is like the old Jared. Girls on dating apps, they just be weird, bro. And how they are through phone versus how they are in person, nah, like I can't lie. When some shit really throw me off, nah, I don't be with it. But best experience or date with a girl, I would say that the nicest thing that a girl has done for me when it comes to a date is that one girl got me tickets to see Bad Bunny, like me and her, and then a different girl got me and her tickets to see Drake. I'm gonna throw the screenshot up. Do you remember the best coochie that you've ever? This is just funny and outlandish, so I thought I figured I'd throw it in, but I would say everybody remembers a good time and a good experience, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. Have you ever lived with a girl or wanted to move in with one? The only woman that I've ever lived with is Mama Dukes, and the next woman that I live with hopefully is my wife and the mother of my children, because other than that, no, I never cared to move in with another girl, not at all. But I do love when a girl has her own place. You feel me? That's a big plus. Do you really only like Latinas with curly hair? Okay. Here's the thing, if you follow me on TikTok or you see my TikToks, you know curly hair Latinas is kind of my niche. I'm kind of stuck in it right now. That is definitely my preference. Latinas, curly hair, about 5'5", pretty white toes, nice nails, you feel me? That's my thing. I like what I like. I have a preference. If she got straight hair, that's cool. Like I've been with girls with straight hair, you feel me? But no, that curly hair definitely takes her up a notch. I don't really talk about reality TV, but I knew some of these questions were gonna pop up from, you know, when I did the F-Boy Island. So was F-Boy Island scripted and were you paid? F-Boy Island is not scripted, I was paid. The payday isn't crazy. People think I got paid bank. Most certainly did not. The show, I'm pretty sure, got dropped at this point. So like that show is dead in the water. It's not scripted, but think of it as improv acting. You're basically dropped into a situation and you or the character that you're portraying, you know, you wild out or you keep it calm. It's really up to you. So yeah, it's more improv acting. Did you like being on F-Boy Island and would you do it again? My time filming was not fun at all. We did nothing. It was very boring. None of my dates were fun. No, I can't say I had fun. I had the most fun not filming and just kicking it with the guys. Was it worth it on the back end of things and everyone that I met? Sure, but in terms of the actual show, did not have fun. Would I do it again? Never say never, but after my last experience, some conversations would need to be had and things would need to be talked about beforehand. Would you do another reality TV show, specifically like Love Island? And it's definitely something that I would do, but it's not something that I'm, you know, oh my God, like I need to get on this show. Like, nah, if it comes my way, cool, it's a great experience, it's gonna be great memories. Have you ever been recognized? I've been recognized, and honestly, I'd be forgetting that I did a TV show because I don't claim it. But sometimes like people will be looking at me, you know, with that side eye and be like they looking at me like they know me, and I'd be forgetting. So I'd be like, what the fuck they looking at me for like that? They, what? And then they come up to me and be like, you did a TV show? And I'm like, taking a few pics actually, and it's crazy to think about that. But yeah, I've been recognized a few times, and I've also been recognized on from TikTok, and I'm also known as the curly haired Latina lover. So hey, can't say they're wrong, you feel me? What is your ethnicity, age, and height? I was told Moroccan Egyptian on my dad's side, German Native American on my mom's side. How true that is, I don't really know. I didn't grow up around any cultures, but black and white, I'm 25 and I'm 6'2". What is something you currently struggle with? Okay, vibe change. I would say that the thing that I struggle with most right now in my life is thinking if I'm making the right decisions for a better future. Obviously, we don't know that, and we always second guess ourselves, but definitely just, you know, am I investing my time properly? What is your dream job? I would say my dream job, I already know it, would to own an athletic facility. I want to say like a compound almost, where I have basketball courts, football fields, turf fields, where, you know, I'm able to really give back to the community, you know, have some summer programs. I want to do something with single family moms, because I was raised by a single mother. So I want to be able to give back to some degree. And I feel like the best way to kind of, you know, impact the youth and change their lives is through sports and, you know, camaraderie and, you know, having teammates and going through things, you know, especially at a younger age. So I want to be able to own an athletic facility, be maybe a part of an AAU team. We'll see. I definitely have a vision for it. I already know the name, but definitely being able to go into that with, you know, my friends, family, investors, with, you know, similar outlooks would definitely be my dream job. Advice that you would give your 18-year-old self. Here's the thing. If I had to go back to when I was 18, I would do everything that I did because I feel like it taught me a lot of lessons. I would say that the one thing that I would change would be more clear on what you want to do. There was definitely a point in my life when I was like 18 through college where I was just in school, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with my degree. I was playing basketball, but it was kind of on the side. Like I didn't have like a passion to like want to go pro or anything. So I was kind of just floating, even though I always had a good head on my shoulders and like I was always working, I was making money and I was independent. I would definitely say when I was 18, I didn't have like a clear focus for my future. Hardest thing you've ever needed to deal with? I would say the hardest thing that I ever needed to deal with, and I don't want the vibe to change, but it would definitely be my grandmother passing away. And I feel like for everybody, just when they lose a loved one, especially for the first time, losing my grandmother, my Mimi, was definitely the hardest thing that I've ever needed to go through, because I've never been through it before, and losing a loved one you know, that you grew up with your whole life is definitely challenging. Something you regret doing or not doing? I would say I don't have any regrets. I would say something that I regret doing is not being consistent with YouTube. Like I said earlier, like not staying consistent. I said this before, when I moved in with my guys and it was like 3 of us in a crib and we were going out all week, and like, hey, you know, your boy definitely had a little going out phase. But yo, the memories we had were funny. So I would just say, you know, I regret definitely not capturing a little bit more of that and having, you know, memories to look back on for sure. Any goals you currently want to accomplish? I would say my biggest goal as of right now would just to be, you know, staying consistent with YouTube, growing an organic social media following, because that's really the hardest thing to do. I feel like I have a good message and I do everything with the right intention, but being able to, you know, spread that message to an audience organically, that's the key. Which also makes it really hard, because this day and age you can buy followers, you can buy views, but it's not real, and I feel like people can see through that. So I want people to come to my page and know that like it's a breath of fresh air almost in this day and age with all the nonsense. Biggest modeling payday? Why y'all pocket watching? My biggest modeling payday, I won't say the brand, but it was around like 6K. It was around like 6K because it was actually for 2 days, so it was total. Which is smooth. You can get way more, but you can also get way less. So I was like, hey, I'm very grateful for that payday. Don't get me wrong. And then you also have your agency fee, but then my agency fee was actually only 10% for that one. So, you know, 6K, 10%, 600, so $5,400 in 2 days. But yeah, that was the amount, and hopefully, you know, hopefully people don't take this as bragging, because that's not the case at all, but hopefully, you know, people are curious and maybe it inspires them to pursue it as well. So, you know, that's why we're here. What do you do for work besides modeling? So people always ask about like, what did I do before modeling? Then I'm gonna give y'all the rundown. I worked at TJ Maxx, and then I worked, which was whatever, that was my first job, high school job. Then I worked at a Brazilian restaurant bakery in my hometown, Framingham, Mass, Pão Brasil Bakery, and I was there for 4 years, and I'm not Brazilian, so that was a whole learning curve. But I started doing the inventory, operations manager, I guess you can kind of give it a title for, inventory manager, where I was dealing with vendors. I used to drive a 26-foot box truck. I used to be on a high-low machine. I used to be that dude with the pallet jack moving pallets around. Yeah, I used to, yeah, that job I used to put in work. And shout out my boy Daniel Loves. Like, I learned so much from that job, just doing things that maybe you don't want to do, or dealing with vendors and dealing with money, like how money really gets flown around, you know, in terms of the food and beverage industry. And then when I moved to Miami, of course, I was already modeling, and then I actually got started being hired as a male model, like server, doing like champagne, drinks, food, and then that just kind of spiraled into the, you know, growing into the hospitality space in Miami. And I didn't know it was that big, but now I do like gala dinners, working with designer stores, private residencies, corporate events. I think I'm used to it now, but really big events for some pretty big companies. And then of course, modeling is a huge bonus as well, that you can get like brand ambassador roles. And the payday is, you know, solid. It's all freelancing. So when are you moving back to Massachusetts? What, my Massachusetts people are asking me this. Never. It's cold there, dog. When did you move out and what made you want to? I moved out at the age of 22, packed up my car, drove down. Actually, November 7th will be my 3-year complete in Miami, which is crazy to look back on, but yeah, that's when I moved here. And what made me want to move out? Honestly, I just had this feeling that I couldn't grow more in my hometown. That was really it. How do you stay motivated to go to the gym? Honestly, motivation is not a real thing. It's all about discipline. You just need to show up and tell yourself that you're gonna at least do something, and then when you're already there, you're just gonna start. For example, I started going on runs and stuff and trying to get my miles in. There are days I don't wanna go on runs. I don't really weightlift anymore, but I know that if I just put on my shoes and I go outside, Even if I say, oh, I'm gonna jog. When I get started, I'm not gonna jog. I'm gonna end up running. What made you want to start this channel and this journey? I said this before, I'll keep it quick. I just want to look back on life and, you know, keep this as like a video diary and be like, damn, I really did this. Like YouTube, I see as the only platform that's evergreen and that you can post a video from 2 years ago and it's still gonna pick up today. And I want people to, you know, look back on my page or my life or whenever they come across my page and be like, oh damn, like he's done X, Y, and Z. Like this is pretty cool that I can go back and watch this, especially for myself. Top place I wanna travel to, right now it would be Spain. It's Barcelona, and who knows, maybe summer 2025, I might be spending a few months out there, maybe for work, maybe for personal. If you had to give a lecture on a topic in front of 5,000 people, what would it be? I had to give a lecture. Here's the thing, I feel like when it comes to life, I haven't done enough yet to really give a lecture on something because I'm 25 now, and I thought at 22, when I moved out here, like I kind of had my stuff figured out. I most certainly did not. So, you know, when I'm 30, I'm probably gonna look back and be like, damn, when I was 25, I was stupid. It would probably be on stuff I already talk about. So getting signed to a modeling agency, freelancing, reaching out to clients, working out, building muscle, because these are things that I've done and I can actually have accolades to look back on. Whether you're going for a job interview or anything like that related, like you need to have a resume. So what does your resume speak? I can get signed to a modeling agency, I can be a freelancer, I can move to a city and I kind of know how to navigate and I know how to put on muscle. Again, these are very basic things, but when it comes to like life, you know, there's more important things too. Good credit score, great credit score. People ask like how you get like an 800 plus credit score. Like I could talk about that stuff, but I don't feel like I'm really certified to do that. I'm not a financial advisor. But if I had to talk about a lecture, it'd probably be something along those lines. And that is 25 questions about your boy JGA. If you do have any more questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to respond to them. Make sure you follow me on the socials. Again, TikTok live, some of the questions be getting freaky. I'm trying to go live on there a little bit more often. You know, like I said, you know, building this organic audience. 1,000 subscribers to me, I don't view it as subscribers. I view each subscriber as a person that hopefully, you know, sub to my channel as, you know, hopefully they see me as some sort of inspiration. And you know, that does mean a lot to me because that's what I'm here to do. That's what I want to do. One of my sayings is inspire the next. So that's what I'm trying to do with this channel. But thank you guys so much for watching. Check out one of the other videos that are on the screen right now. And until next time, I'll catch y'all later.